ISO is one of the three pillars of photography, the other two being shutter speed and aperture. And it has a major effect on your images. How does camera ISO affect your images? In this video, we will introduce ISO for beginners and explain how to use it effectively for the best possible result. In very basic terms, ISO is simply a camera setting that will brighten or darken a photo. As you increase your ISO number, your photos will grow progressively brighter. For that reason, ISO can help you capture images in darker environments or be more flexible about your aperture and shutter speed settings. However, raising your ISO has consequences. A photo taken at too high of an ISO will show a lot of grain, also known as noise, and might not be usable. So, brightening a photo via ISO is always a trade-off. You should only raise your ISO when you are unable to brighten the photo via shutter speed or aperture instead. For example, if using a longer shutter speed would cause your subject to be blurry. Every camera has a different range of ISO values, sometimes known as ISO speeds, that you can use. A common set is as follows. Quite simply, when you double your ISO speed, you are doubling the brightness of the photo. So, a photo of ISO 400 will be twice brighter than ISO 200, which will be twice brighter than ISO 100. The lowest native ISO on your camera is your base ISO. This is a very important setting because it gives you the potential to produce the highest image quality, minimizing the visibility of noise as much as possible. Some older DSLRs and a number of modern cameras have a base ISO of 200, whereas most modern digital cameras have a base ISO of 100. Optimally, you should always try to stick to the base ISO to get the highest image quality. However, it is not always possible to do so, especially when working in low light conditions. To give an example of two photos taken at different ISO values, take a look at the comparison. Pay attention to the level of noise in the images. The difference is clear. The image at ISO 3200 has much more noise than the one at ISO 100. This is why you should avoid high ISOs whenever possible unless condition requires you to use them. Some photographers think that the best way to capture high quality images is to use base ISO 100% of the time. However, as you have seen in the video, that simply is not true. Sometimes you will be in dark environments when you have no choice but to use a higher ISO. You should only use base ISO when there is enough light to do so. Don't try to force ISO 100 in a dark environment, or your photos will come out way too dark. Similarly, if you are using a fast shutter speed to capture action, it's essentially the same as taking picture in a dark environment, since you strictly limit the amount of time your camera sensor is able to capture light. So, for certain types of sports and action photography, a high ISO might be your only option. To maximize your image quality, here are the 4 steps you need to follow. First, select the aperture setting that will provide your desired depth of field. Second, set your ISO to its base value and put your shutter speed to whatever setting provides a proper exposure. If your subject is blurry, progressively raise your ISO and use a faster shutter speed until motion blur disappears. Fourth, if your ISO is getting too high and you still have the ability to use a wider aperture, open it up until the ISO gets to a more manageable level, even if it means sacrificing some of your desired depth of field. If you follow these steps, you'll capture the maximum image quality each time. You'll find the ideal balance between noise, motion blur, and depth of field.